of shillings and cents in the world of business. Different factions of the government will work towards fiscal consolidation to ease the pending bills burden that is crippling the operations in different public bodies. Treasury Principal Secretary Dr. Chris Kipto is now urging the government officers to avoid unnecessary penalties and bills on expenditure, a sentiment shared by Budget and Appropriation Committee Chair Ndindi Nyoro, who now says prudent cuts where necessary are still underway for a number of government offices. He further notes that the government remains open to strategic partnerships in different bodies for profitability.
We end up getting in dividends, not as much. Why? As Safaricom makes procurement decisions, they look for value for money, for example. I don't think that is the same case with Kenya Power, for example, because it is still under the bureaucracies of government. We need to free these companies so that a company like Kenya Power can still afford to enlist people to sell meters in our shops, in our electrical shops. Now being government, procurement of meters, for example, in Kenya Power becomes national news because it's always swampy. Do we need that? If that company is freed to make independent commercial decisions, they'll make decisions where, if I need a meter, I'll go to an electrical shop, buy a meter, because no one has an interest in goods.
We have our tax to GDP ratio was as high as 17% in the year 2013-2014. This has declined to 13%. So we have lost a whole 4% of GDP in terms of tax collections as a percent of our economy, GDP. This is why we are reversing the trend. So we have a national tax policy in place. We have a medium-term revenue strategy. And most of the tax measures that we have presented to Parliament are also sensitive to what we have gotten from the public.